From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Well, more thunderstorms this afternoon, just like every afternoon this week. And you know what? This could continue to the weekend. This means the potential for more and new lightning-sparked fires here today, tomorrow, and possibly even into Sunday. But most of it over the weekend will be to the north of the valley here. Now, we're also tracking some cooler air moving in by the second half of the weekend and early next week before it warms back up, and really possibly even seeing some of the warmer temperatures we've seen so far for quite a while. Now, your neighborhood forecast for the rest of the day today, there's the thunderstorm activity you do expect for most of the higher elevations. Now, there is a slight chance for a stray shower, maybe even a thunderstorm in the valley, but for now, I think most of it will be in the mountains. All right, here's your fire weather forecast, sponsored by Garmin's Tractor Service. The main thing I want to illustrate is no major wind events. It's going to be a little gusty later this afternoon in the valley. Not so bad, though, for your Saturday, but looks like the winds may pick up Sunday afternoon, especially for the north and west side of the valley. When you start getting into those yellows, that's upwards of around 30 miles per hour. That's a little concerning here for Sunday. Now, taking a look at Friday for today, moderate to high. Nothing alarming there. Looks like conditions may improve a little bit for Saturday, but there's that bullseye of the stronger winds come Sunday afternoon for the north and west side of the valley. That's a little concerning, and hopefully no fires do start during that time frame, because again, that's when we expect those gusts over 30 miles per hour. And of course, the fire can spread pretty rapidly with gusts that strong. Now, the newest fire that's producing most of the smoke is the Big Cliff Fire, and you can see that little patch of smoke. Now, as we go into this afternoon, it will push down to the south and east into northern Trinity County. Those gray areas is where we're seeing some of the haze and some of those darker shades of gray, indicating maybe a bit of a faint smell of smoke as well. So the Big Cliff Fire is going to be kind of pushing smoke in different directions over the next 24 hours. But overall, most of that smoke will be in northern Trinity County and southwestern Siskiyou County. In the meantime, still tracking the area of low pressure over the Gulf of Alaska. That will eventually start to move out. As it does that, we will see those warmer temperatures for next week. Storm Prediction Center still overdoing it on the overall extent of the thunderstorms. I don't expect anything in the valley for the most part. And then I don't expect anything for Delnor or Humboldt counties as well. Dry lightning strikes not just for the areas in brown, but for really anywhere we do see thunderstorms in the forecast. Let's take a look at that here. And you can see here 3 o'clock this afternoon into about 4 o'clock this afternoon. All of the mountains surrounding the valley, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms could reach severe status, but you'll notice not much going on in the valley. Now, I think the valley still could see a stray shower, especially those thunderstorms developing west of the valley. Could roll into the valley in the form of a stray shower or maybe a stray off chance for a thunderstorm. But otherwise, mostly in the mountains by about 10 o'clock tonight. Most of that is done with. Now we're taking you into your Saturday morning. It is a dry start. We're seeing the fog out along the coast and some of those inland valleys as well. For Saturday afternoon, thunderstorms popping up. Now, where I think most of it will be is Siskiyou County. But look at Trinity County. Look at western Tehama and southwestern Shasta County. Some of those clouds could develop a stray shower or thunderstorm. Same thing for Modoc and Lassen counties. Futurecast really not picking up on much in thunderstorms, but it's borderline getting to that category. Then we go into Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. The bulk of the activity is in Siskiyou County. Sunday morning, let's do it all over again. We're looking at dry conditions to start off the day. We're looking at fog for the coast, some of those inland valleys as well. But dry everywhere else. By midday, not much popping up, mainly in Siskiyou County. And I think that's where most of it will be. Although some of that could bleed over into Modoc County as well. But by Sunday, I think it'll be dry for Trinity County and for the eastern mountains as well. Not to mention, of course, the valley. Switching gears to those temperatures, it will be hotter next week. Why? Because the trough of low pressure and that cooler air over the Gulf of Alaska, that's going to be slowly moving out of our region. But in the meantime, actually a bit of a dip in our temperatures Sunday, Monday. You see that mild air coming into Northern California. That's what we call a shortwave trough. Now, this shortwave trough may also help to destabilize the atmosphere a little bit, which is why we still have thunderstorms, especially to the north, come Sunday. But by Monday, that's moving on out. Now, it's not necessarily the heat over the desert southwest I'm concerned about. It's over the eastern Pacific. You see how that's building and moving in our direction? This is when we expect some of the hotter temperatures. We've been generally in the mid to upper 90s in the valley this week. By the end of next week, we're talking temperatures possibly getting close to 105 degrees. So you can see the dip in the temperatures come Sunday, Monday, then creeping back up toward the end of next week. Okay, so let's take a look at our forecast for today. Temperatures could touch 100 degrees for the north end of the valley, otherwise mainly mid to upper 90s, 80s and 90s for the higher elevations with those thunderstorms in the forecast. For tonight, mid to upper 60s for the valley, mainly 50s for the higher elevations. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for the valley. See the dip in the temperature. So mid 90s for Sunday, Monday for Redding, low to mid 90s for Red Bluff, and for Chico Sunday, Monday in the low 90s. But then we're back up as we go into next week. For the coast, temperatures also getting warmer by Wednesday, Thursday. We're in the upper 60s at that point. There's that chance for thunderstorms in Weaverville. I've taken out any chances for that after that for the weekend, but keep in mind Saturday is a day to continue to watch closely. For Siskiyou and Modoc County, a chance each and every day, single day, and in the afternoon through Sunday. But I do expect that for the eastern mountains by Sunday, that's gone. And then we're dry as we go through next week as well. All right, that's a look at your afternoon forecast. I'll be back again this evening at 6 o'clock. Until then, have yourselves a great rest of your afternoon.